Hello. A young engineer from Pakistan have reached out to me asking for advice about how to go into project management. Obviously, it's impossible to have an advice that is generic, that fits everybody. So I will explain briefly what this person is, background at least. I don't know the person. So what I will be talking about in this video might relate to young professionals that might be in a similar field or at least same level. He is a young engineer. Apparently from his profile, he's done a couple of internships and maybe a year out of college working in engineering. And he is definitely interested in a career in project management. Now, how do you go around becoming a project manager? There is no easy answer. And again, as I repeat, it's almost impossible to make an advice that could fit for everybody because, in addition to just the general stuff, is a person. What is a person character? Is the person interested in becoming a project manager only? Reason behind it? Is the person capable of being a project manager? And forgive me for using that word. It doesn't mean that that project manager is some kind of a hero. No, it's just different characteristics. For example, I started, and I share from my own experience, I started as an engineer. And I moved into project management. And I know many people do the same thing. However, what makes you a good engineer is usually probably an eye for details, that you probably want to get more into working with the smaller teams or maybe working on some technical things. So if that were your interest and that were your passion and that's what you're good at, that what probably make you an excellent engineer, but may not make you a good project manager. A good project manager should be more about people, management, being able to see the big picture. So even personality traits are different. Now that doesn't mean we cannot train for it. Of course, we can develop people and shift them from any technical or functional role into project management. The key is that it starts with the person capabilities, with the person character, with the person interest, what makes that person happy. So don't just go after a field because it might sound trendy or sexy or interested or is a hot topic of the month. So if you're really interested in project management, first you need to understand what is the role of the project manager. And obviously I cannot do all of that in one video. So, feel free to refer to some of our other videos. And basically, it is understanding what the role is. And of course, don't just ask people, because a project manager inside an organization doing some business project or marketing project or even IT project is different than a project manager that would be working on capital project. Huge difference. And again, I don't have time to get into all of these things. Now, I'm going to go back to this guy, this young professional who asked for my advice. As a young professional, I believe a chemical engineer, if that person is interested in working in project management, then there are many routes. One route is that if that person wants to go into project management but stay in the engineering domain, that's great. This is exactly what I did. I started as an engineer and then moved and went back to school after working as an engineer for a while and did a master's degree in engineering and construction management. So in that way, I moved into project management, but within the engineering field. And that is one route. The other route is that if you don't care about staying in the engineering field, then the other option would be, of course, to try to work and then maybe get a master's degree in project management that is generic, that allow you maybe to transition to other option. Now, I've mentioned two options here that both of them include a degree. One of them is general project management degree, another one is engineering construction management degree. Is this the only route? No. Of course, the other route is in the field. I mean, on the job. Get to work into a company that is definitely respect project management. That in a company where there is a project management function that is recognized as a department, for example, especially for engineer. Start asking to work on project. Obviously, if you're an engineer, most likely you will be working on a project as an engineer. Start to learn as much as you can by watching videos, by reading blogs, by reading books, by taking courses online or physical classes. There are many ways you can learn, whether it's allowed on the job or the company sponsor or not. That's your choice. If the company, maybe the company see you as an engineer, they're not going to invest in you at this time of your career to move you into project management. So you need to do the best you can do on your own, maybe. Spend some time in the evenings, on weekend. It doesn't take much, half an hour a day, maybe an hour or two on a weekend, will allow you to capture a lot of information from what exists online. There are a lot of stuff online. Some of it is good and some of it, unfortunately, is garbage. You need to find somebody you like, somebody you trust, and follow. So try to learn as much as you can on your own. Find good books to read on your own. And then, as you know more and more, start on your job, start to do things that is more, goes beyond what your role is. If your role is only an engineer, try to see how can you help in the project management area. Try to see, to watch how your organization is managing project and learn from them as well, even at a distance if you're not part of that team. And then start to ask, go out, push, ask to be part of a project management team. Obviously, in the capital project industry, that's the case. That's very possible. You can move into a cost estimator role or learn scheduling and become a scheduler, or maybe a field engineer or a construction engineer or a project engineer. Obviously, to get there, you need to go through steps. It's not easy to get there, but you can start as an engineer, maybe do some cost estimating, maybe some planning, maybe become a lead for your role. So the key message here is patience. If you want to become a project manager in the capital project industry, you need to have a 10-year time span. It's not something that's going to happen in a year or two. No organization that work on capital project are going to put a young professional into a project manager role. Again, I'm talking about capital project, which means probably project in the millions of dollars. So they're not going to put a young professional in a project manager role unless that person have been working on project and in project management for a few years. Unless, of course, it's a very tiny project, but usually in capital project, that's not very common. So in general, maybe I should end here. Obviously, my comment here, my advice has been mostly related to a young professional working in an industry that is probably capital intensive. So it's not about obviously IT or technology or software or business or marketing or event management. Moving into project management and those type of work, it's totally different. We'll end here. Thank you.